Hey, welcome back to another live stream, guys. It's your host, BiggestRayRay. I'm coming at you from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and it's been a good day here. So no complaints for me with the weather here in Oklahoma, and I'm happy. It's a good day, and if you look, the lighting tonight's a lot better than it was last night. Just behind the camera back here, I put one of my softbox lights back up, and it really does a great job in my home office space here. Hey, Christina, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day wherever it is you're from. So I'm doing a daily live stream right now, trying to bridge the gap for folks that might not have a way to socialize with folks otherwise while we're all doing the quarantine thing. What they call it, shelter in place, social distancing, all of those things that we're actively doing right now to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. We got to flatten that curve, right? So we're all doing our part to do that. And I've got a couple of things I want to talk about specifically tonight. Last night we talked about cheese and how much I like cheese and trying to stock up on a few of the essentials like that. Cheese is essentially a food group in the Ray Ray house. We always have a ton of it. Two things, again, very specifically for me, I want to talk to y'all about and get your thoughts on. But first, I just talk about the day. I had a great day with wifey and Dawn. With all three meals together today at the house. Definitely a lot more eating at home right now with all the restaurants and stuff being closed. Of course, there's curbside available and other things, but we're doing our best just to eat at the house, right? So we're only going out when necessary. We're certainly doing our part, flatten the curve. Hi, Kathleen. Thanks for tuning in again. I appreciate you. And I absolutely do what I can to encourage folks and keep people motivated, keep people positive. It's certainly a tough time to do that, but we all got to dig deep and do our part and do what we can. But today we went out to get some more groceries. We hit up the drive-thru at Dunkin' Donuts. Again, that's been a huge deal for me lately. And we went to a couple grocery stores. That's been an experience. Traffic on the streets is an awful lot lighter right now, which is to be expected. It makes getting around the metro a little easier. Not that it's ever hard in Tulsa, because it's Tulsa. There's just not that many people here to begin with. When the traffic's bad, it's really not that bad, especially compared to Dallas or Houston, New York City, Chicago, where there's actually a lot of traffic. But one of the two things I wanted to talk about tonight is how people don't seem to understand the 6-foot rule. Have you guys heard about that? The 6-foot rule? If you have to be out and about, you stay at least 6 feet away from people. I'm curious. One, I want to know if you guys have heard of it. But is it difficult to understand what 6 feet looks like? I stretch out my arms, and there's over 6 feet there. I'm 6'5", so I stretch my arms out. They say your arm span is approximate to your height. But one of the things I was really frustrated about is how the stores that we did go to pick up the essentials and things that we need, there were signs up everywhere that talked about social distancing and to stay 6 feet away from each other. I certainly did my best to stay 6 feet away from everybody, except for, wife and the kiddo. We live in the same house, so it is what it is there. But to strangers and other folks, we worked hard to maintain that. And I've got to say, I didn't feel the same way from the other patrons in the stores that we went to today. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know people personally. I don't know if they're not watching the news, if they're missing commercials, if they're not on social media, on the internet at all, and they're just not getting the word to distance yourself from people. But it's really annoying when you're just at a store and people are just coming right up next to you like your best friends, and then they're trying to get something off the shelf. I'm like, dude, I'm almost, give me 20 seconds, I'll get what I need and I'll get out of here. Let me have some breathing space. Is that a hard concept? And I'm not here to judge anybody. That's not what it, but I found it really frustrating that I felt like me and my family were the only ones actively engaged in that practice. I'm looking at the stores right now. I don't want to call out the stores right now because it's not their fault. They had signs posted. You have to expect adults to be adults, in those situations. You can't expect, store employees to be the police and whatnot, or to police people. But the 6 foot rule thing it's kind of a big deal right now, or at least I feel like it is. And it saddens me is to see other people not taking it seriously. So I don't know what I can do to help get the word out about that. I'm talking about it here, with you awesome individuals. But how do we get the word out? Like if you have to go in public to get things that you need for your home, to be mindful of other people that are out doing the same. Because that's that in my opinion. Again, this is my opinion. That's just not cool. So one of the stores that I did go to today, and I'll give these guys a free shout out, free plug. But Costco, those guys are going, in my opinion, they're doing it right as far as trying to keep people safe in the stores. And I didn't experience things quite as bad here as I did other places I went to. I actually went to 3 stores today. And again, not just for random shopping, but we had certain things in mind that we wanted to pick up to keep at the house. Costco is one of those we buy in bulk as often as possible. But as we approached the front of the store, we saw a team of people, and their sole mission was to sanitize shopping carts. I've never seen it at that level before, but they had people, I don't want to say full suited up, but they had some gear on, and they had products, and they were straight going over the entire cart, cart after cart. That was their mission, their task, was keeping the carts clean. I thought that was really cool. If you guys have ever shopped in a Costco, there's a ton of cash, lanes, or, cash registers or whatnot. And they intentionally closed every other lane. So when you got in line, there was a distance between, other people. And I thought that was a great measure. I mean, that's something free they could do to implement or help implement the 6 foot rule. And there were signs up all over the place saying that. And I could appreciate all the employees I saw had gloves on. And it looked like they were trying to do stuff to keep themselves safe and also the public. And I can certainly appreciate that effort. So kudos to at least the Costco in Tulsa, Oklahoma, for at least to my untrained eye, looking like they were doing something to make a difference. So anyway, that's a kind of a rant for me today, because like I said, I'm trying to take it seriously. We're keeping ourselves sheltered in the house as much as possible, only going out when we absolutely have to. But it just is what it is, man. If you have to go out, please be respectful of the social distancing rules. Stay 6 feet apart from people you don't know if they're not living in your house with you. And see what we can do to encourage folks to follow that rule. I mean, it's a CDC guideline. It's a recommendation. I think it should be kind of a no-brainer to do what we can to implement that in our own lives. So I'm good with that. But rant over. Something else I want to talk about. Sorry, my dogs are barking outside. I heard a noise. I'm like, what in the world? But no, it's the puppies. This wall right over here is an exterior wall to my house, and the dogs come in the side yard and they decide to bark. I can hear them. My neighborhood has a lot of squirrels, and all 3 of my dogs think they have to bark anytime they think they see a squirrel. I know that's totally normal behavior, but it's like, dog, really? You've seen a squirrel before. It's not a new thing. But a big deal for me, and I'm almost weird about this now. I check my temperature a lot. I want to know if I'm even slightly getting close to a fever. And because I don't want to have any signs or symptoms. And right now it shows 99 degrees, which is completely safe. Nothing wrong at all with that. So it goes anywhere from like 97.6 up to, I've seen 99. I've been checking it, 3 or 4 times a day for the last 9 days now. And I just want to know, like I just spent a week in New York on business, and now I'm back home. And so as far as I know, I had no contact with anybody that had corona. I showed no signs or symptoms. Like I said, I check my temperature a lot. I want to know. But anyway, yeah, it is what it is for me there. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight is doing what we can to help out. One of my good friends and neighbors and her family have totally stepped up and started doing what they can to provide masks for people. We all know there's a shortage of masks right now. That's literally a big deal. I watched the President of the United States talk about that again on another speech. Hi, Barbara. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. And they were talking about, businesses are doing stuff to help out and supply the federal government with stuff to get out to I think they're focusing on hospitals and other personnel who are in the medical field at facilities and whatnot, trying to get them the PPE or the gear that they need to stay safe and not spread this stuff. So anyway, my neighbor found a pattern through a local hospital. Apparently it's CDC approved. And she and her family are making masks. And I thought that was great. I just got mine today. I want to show this to y'all. I am stoked to have this. And she's giving these out, for free. She's not charging for them. I'm not going to give out any information because, she's in Oklahoma. It's just a small effort. She got 1,000 orders there's no way she could get those done. It's just her and her kids and her husband, and they're doing what they can just to make these guys and hand them out to people that need them, that they know. So while we were out and about today, we were trying to find like the elastic bands, and this stuff is hard to come by now. I was surprised that this has become one of those items that you just can't find. So I'm sure other people are doing the same thing. Even on Facebook, I've seen a couple of my personal friends making these things for themselves, which I think is a fantastic solution. I don't know a lot about it. I know there's 4 layers of cotton somehow. I don't know if that's just because of the folds or if there's 4 layers of fabric. Like, I'm not a fabric dude. I don't know anything about this stuff. But anyway, I got one of these for wifey, Dawn and the kiddo, and a couple other friends they're actually truck drivers and they're about to go on the road. They reached out to me, asked if I knew anybody, and that's how I found out about my friend doing this. So again, I'm keeping her completely anonymous. I don't want anybody reaching out to her to make these things. But she found something online to fill a need and is totally doing something about it. I think that's fantastic. I wish I had more skill sets that I could utilize to help out. But anyway, I funded her effort. I'm not going to talk about dollars and cents, but I want to do what I could to help her out. But while we're at the store looking for this, I called her and said, hey, we found, I think it was like 3/4 of an inch or something. She says, too big for this. It wouldn't work. But she's like, if you have any denim needles, we could use those because regular sewing machine needles, I guess, aren't tough enough to go through this, and they were breaking, whatever. So we picked up, I think there were like 9, like there are 3 packs of 3, I think. I'm like, I don't know about the wifey found it, but we got them. But just, a more robust, sewing needle so she can continue to make these. Hey, Weenie Boys, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate you being here. But anyway, I thought it was really cool that she made a mask. I've been putting it on off and on just because I think it's super cool. I didn't even know you could just make one of these at home. But I got a mask I can wear when I go out now, and that makes me feel a lot better about life. And so I'm going to sport this for y'all. Sorry, this is going to kill my audio quality. But I like this mask. It makes my ears look funny, but that's okay. They probably look funny anyway. But I have a mask that's apparently CDC approved and will help prevent, if nothing else, if I happen to cough or sneeze in public, it'll help keep whatever I have out away from people, and I'm 100% on board with that. Actually, I think this makes my ears look really cool. I don't even care. I'm totally just going to own that. Because why not, right? But yeah, I think this would probably fit better on somebody with a more normal sized face. I kind of have a big dome. But it is what it is. But in any case, I have something I could use or wear and use. And this being fabric is completely washable. It's reusable. And I like that. So I thought about wearing one of these masks out, but I don't think this will do a whole lot for me. I think this looks super cool. It looks kind of creepy, but there's a hole here to breathe and otherwise. I don't think this is a really safe mask to wear out in public. And it might scare people, which is just counterproductive. I don't need to scare anybody. At my size, I scare people anyway. I'm a big teddy bear, but people that don't know me don't know that. And I go putting on a mask like this, if I put my head on backwards or something else maybe, which I like to do sometimes because it's not cool. I'm just a dude. I do that. But and if you turn your head sideways, it just looks even more creepy. Just straight on is okay, but head tilt, it's like, dude, that's creepy. But anyway, enough of that. It's actually really hot to wear. All your breath stays inside there. And if you have hot breath, it just stays on your face. That's not real comfortable. So, but big shout out to my friend and neighbor. If you see this, you know exactly who you are. I appreciate your efforts. And thank you for doing what you're doing to help out. And I want to encourage everybody to do what you can to help out. And Winnie Boys, I just watched the Hot Ones video. Hey, thanks for watching that video, man. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed that. I tell you, I was all in the Frank's Red Hot sauce. I've had, I don't know how much of that stuff I've eaten. But all the other sauces were new to me, but I was especially excited for that last dab sauce. That stuff is really hot, but it tastes really good. So anyway, thanks for watching that. I appreciate it. But again, kudos, to my neighbor for doing that. I think it's fantastic. Anything that we can do to contribute to the effort to flatten the curve and, stay safe, keep everybody else safe, I'm 100% on board with that. So that's good stuff. I mean, I'm doing what I can, just the live streams, trying to connect people. And I think that's been helpful to a good number of folks. But I know I can do more. I've just got to find something to do and get plugged in and be consistent with that. So that's all we can do, right? I mean, this is a global effort. There's no separation with anybody at this. We are literally all in this together. I think we need to take that approach to that. And again, this is just my personal humble opinion. But there's no sides here. There's just us, all of us, all humans globally. We are literally in this together. I can't think of another time in my lifetime where what affects us here in the States impacts every other country and vice versa. We are all impacted directly by this. There's no one left out. This is all of us. It's a big, serious deal. And I like to laugh and have fun and cut up here. There's got to be some silver lining. There's got to be some sense of humor, some positivity come out of this. I think humanity always wins. We always see the best in people come out. And unfortunately, in small numbers, we see the absolute worst in people come out as well. But I think the good tends to outweigh the bad. But yeah, I'm not trying to get too super serious on it here. We all see it in the news all day. It's mind-boggling. It's exhausting. But again, let's do our part to help remind people to maintain that 6-foot distance between each other. That still has just been burning in the back of my brain all day. And I think it's super cool, my friend making those masks and getting them out. She's not asking for anything for that, except, if you can help, if you contribute to her, that's great. And like I said, we got her some needles today to help out. And we donated to the cause as well to buy more fabric and those elastic strips if they're available anywhere. I'm still surprised that stuff is in short order now. But, it is what it is. So tell me, what have you guys done anything different to help out? Is there anything going on in your local community that you can get plugged in or have got plugged into? I've seen a lot of, church services go live and there's, people stepping in to fill that void. And I think that's great. In Oklahoma, I think I talked about before, we have a lot of mega churches here and they're already set up. They have cameras and stuff. You can watch them on TV. You can watch them online and they have stuff set up for that. But the smaller places of worship don't have that ability, and local folks are stepping in to help out. I think that's great. So whatever faith system you have, if whatever your congregation is, or if you have somebody who can come in and help, I think that's fantastic. I think it's great when the community steps in and does something to help out other humans. I'm always on board with that. So, but that's what I have for tonight, guys. I know I got on late again today. I really wanted to get on around 4:30 or 5. And just the stuff that we had going on did not allow for that today. I definitely plan on getting on tomorrow afternoon to do a live stream then. So hopefully we can catch some more folks. It's already 9:45 Central Time, so I know it's late on the East Coast. It's not so bad for our folks on the West Coast, but globally it's a weird time. So I definitely want to do something earlier tomorrow, try to catch some of my friends, in another time zone outside of the U.S. here, see what we can do. But as always, guys, if you're in the Ray Ray family, I love you all being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And again, I always love the conversation, the comments. Y'all do a great job talking to each other, and that means the world to me. If you're new to the Ray Ray family or you're just stumbling on this video, I'm glad that you're here too. Everything I do is about positivity and doing what we can to make the world a better place. And, my brand, Bebiggest, be what makes somebody else's day great. Do what you can to have a positive impact on the world. So anyway, guys, y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Remember, you're not alone. We're all in this together. And we'll do what we can to flatten that curve and live another day. So y'all have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.